Hi, my name is Jae-Kwon Kim. I'm a professor at the Department of Biomedical Science and Engineering at the Gwangju Institute of Science and Technology. We call that as a GIST. So today I'd like to share some information about our department with you who may have interest in joining our department as a graduate student. So let me share some the PowerPoint slides so that you can see what our department has. So the first slide, the photo on here is basically our main building of the GIST. And then you may wonder, where are we? So here is the world map. And then there is a Korea, South Korea here. And then Gwangju city is kind of southern part of the South Korea. And then we are located in Gwangju, the north of the Gwangju. And here is the photo that shows whole campus of our school. And then you can actually have a much more detailed the tour from the internet by clicking this link here. And you can see that our department is located in the building. The name is Dasan Building. And then here is our department logo. So briefly introduce our school first. So our school, GIST, has been established on November 17 of 1993. And the area is about 628,000 meter cube. And then so far we have about 5,500 alumni, and then 672 graduate school students, and then 820 of the undergraduate, and then about 200 of faculty members, and then about 170 of the staff members. So the college of the GIST has 7 majors, and then it has about 820 students. And our graduate school has 8 schools and 6 departments, including our department. There are 672 graduate students. We do have a GT MBA Academy and also GIST Climate Change Academy. And also in the year of 2018, it's a little bit old. However, at the time, we had a total of about 463 research grants that showing about 84 billion won. And then our school has been ranked number 4 in terms of the research fund per professor in South Korea. And then we do also have 11 of mid to long-term ongoing projects worth of 10 billion won for each. BMSE vision, our department, the vision is basically fusing the medicine and engineering and science. As you can see, they are all different disciplines. However, we like to converge them together so that our students who graduate from here become a global pioneer of the medical science and education. So that is the vision of our department. I don't know how do you think. This is the photo of our faculty members, which has been taken in 2018. Here is our Professor Hyung Kim, and then the department chair, and then all the young faculty members here. And within the last kind of 1 year, we recruited 2 more new faculty members. So now we do have a total of 10 faculty members. However, just one professor has been retired the last February. So we have now 9 of full-time professor and 7 of the adjunct professor, and then 1 emeritus professor, and then 2 of external adjunct professor, total of 19. The number within the parentheses, which is 6, are representing the faculty members who has the medical doctor degree. And students, we have total of 91, and among 91, we do also have 20 who has MD degrees already. And they are either doing MD Ph.D. program or a master and Ph.D. integrated program. Here is the BMSE curriculum. So we can divide into 2 tracks. One is for the medical science and one is for medical engineering. And then who has MD degree already will become like MD PhD, and then or others will have PhD or master's program. So we have kind of core courses, including current topics in biomedical science and engineering, which is a seminar course. And then medical engineering and medical science, and then biostatistics and the hospital on-site education lab, which is for the PhD students. We also have all other classes, which you can select depending on your interest and also your research. These 4 photos are showing the time that the students are having the hospital on-site education at the Hwasun Jeonnan National University Hospital. So throughout the 1 week, we are rotating each department at the hospital, such as urology, and then anesthesiology, and also what else? And then medical imaging. And then students are having a chance to see the surgery on site. And also students are having a chance to talk with the clinicians there so that they can hear about what are the things that the clinicians wants to have when they are seeing the patients. Our research area can be divided into 3 groups. The first one is neuroscience and neuroengineering. And second one is biophotonics and medical engineering. And third one is immunology and metabolism. Through the research, our faculty members are actively publishing the research into very high-level journals, such as the Science and Cell, and then the PNAS and Cell reports like that. So let me introduce the first research area, which is the biophotonics and medical engineering. In this group, there are 3 faculty members, Professor Kwon Hyuk-sang and Professor Kim Jae-kwon, which is me, and then Professor Jung Eui-hun. So Professor Kwon is leading a lab. The name is 3D Biomedical Imaging and Technology Lab. And he is doing some microscope development and also next generation endoscope development, and also doing some holography development. And then my lab is having a name of Biophotonics Lab. And then in my lab, we are developing non-invasive optical tissue metabolism spectroscopy. By using this technique, we are trying to see the early diagnosis of the Alzheimer's disease, and also trying to see whether ultrasound brain stimulation can be used to treat Alzheimer's disease. Professor Jung Eui-hun is leading the lab name of the neurophotonics lab because he is now focusing more on the neuroscience area. So for the neurophotonics, he is developing functional and structural imaging microscope. And also oncophotonics, he's doing also the cancer studies, so that he's using those molecular imaging technologies to diagnose the cancers. The second group is neuroscience and neuroengineering, and then Professor Borum Lee, Lee Borum, and Professor Kim Tae are belonging to this group. So Professor Lee leads the lab name of the Biomedical Signal and System Analysis Lab. And then in his lab, he is also looking at the connectomics of the brain by using multimodal systems, including EEG and MRI. And then he's also looking at the brain-computer interface. And also he's applying artificial intelligence for the biomedical science, neuromodulation, and rehabilitations. And Professor Kim Tae leads the laboratory of the translational neuroscience. He's a specialist in the sleep studies. So he's looking at the basal forebrain of parabrumine neurons in sleep-wake regulation. And also he's doing Alzheimer's disease studies. The last group is immunology and metabolism. And then Professor Park Han-soo and then Professor Park Mae-gil and then Professor Jo Jun and Professor Oh Chang-myung are in this group. And Professor Park is having the genomic medicine lab. And then he is developing anti-cancer target molecules and also platform development. And then he's also developing humanized mouse and mouse avatar. He's a specialist in microbiome. And Professor Park Mae-gil leads the lab of paroxysms and lipid metabolism. In his lab, he is doing study of the functional mapping of the paroxysm and also lipid metabolomics and also cancer metabolism. Recently, he got a grant for leading the AI Center for Cancer Metabolism. Professor Jo Jun and Professor Oh Chang-myung, they have recently joined our department. The Professor Jo Jun came about 1 year ago, and the Professor Oh Chang-myung joined our department about half year ago. And the Professor Jo leads the lab of RNA immunology. In his lab, he is trying to regulate immune gene and then also develop immune system. And then Professor O has a lab of aging and metabolic disease. So his study is focusing on obesity and the diabetes, and also aging and Alzheimer's disease and cancer metabolism. Our department is having various kinds of activities, such as the sports day, and the school has a culture night, which is held once per year. And then in this day, basically all the international students are gathering together, and they are sharing their food, their kind of cultures, and then some performances. And our department also having the lunch talk and the open lab, those kind of two events to introduce our department to our GIST undergraduate and also students from the outside. The left top is showing the symposium that between our school GIST and also Jeonnan National University Hospital. And then we have been doing very active on the having MOU with the other schools. So we have MOU with the Mongolian National University of Medical Science and also Vietnam National Universities. And then in 2018, the Vietnam University of Science in Ho Chi Minh, the faculty members have visited us, and then we had a kind of simple kind of same workshop, joint workshop on the day. We also expanding our outreach to the Russia and also China and also some other countries too. Through those kind of efforts, we have invited many scientists and engineers from the world so that we could have a 2019 GIST International Biomedical Science and Engineering Symposium at our school, which was the good chance to share their vision and their research, the goals with our department. Our department is giving an award for the best research at the end of the year. So we have 3 categories. The first one is for the highest, the JCR impact factor. And then second one is highest JCR ranking in the category. And third category is the number of papers, number of publications per year. So that you can see some students are getting the flowers and also certificate and also some prizes. We do also have a doctoral students commencement for our department. So not only they are having commencement at the GIST, but our department is also having kind of our separate commencement at the end of the year, end of the semester. So you can see that those students who graduate as a PhD, we acknowledge them in our departmental events. And then on that event commencement, we are actually providing the certificate of the graduation from the department. So you can see a nice photo with the advisor, and also shows the title of your doctoral thesis, and then one of the figure from your journal publications. So I hope that those made you some kind of, make you feel like, oh yeah, I like to visit there, GIST and BMSE. There is a one good program which is called as Global Intern Program, GIP. And then international undergraduate seniors or master's degree students are eligible to apply for this program. And then this program basically supports like 8 weeks during the summertime. In general, starting from the end of June and then ending at the middle of August. And throughout the GIP, you can have support of half of the round trip airfare, and then you will have a dormitory, and then you will also have a Korean language class and some cultural class and special lectures and some stipend, so that you can stay in Korea. To apply for this program, you need to complete the online application form and the original, the degree certificates and the transcripts, or in English, and also letter of recommendations. And you need to prove that your English level is sufficient to join this program. Unfortunately, this GIP program has been kind of canceled for this summer, actually, because the coronavirus pandemic throughout the world. So we currently have no idea about when this GIP will restart. Our school provides scholarships to all the graduate school students. So basically we support the tuition, which is costing about 3.4 million won per semester, so that students are waived of paying this tuition. And also you will have a monthly stipends. So you can have about 140K won per month, and then about 300K won per month for the PhD students. And then besides those, you will have an extra 100K won per month for the meal. And also you will have an extra 120K won per month. To continue to receive this stipend, you need to maintain at least 3.0 or higher GPA in the previous semester. And also, if you are participating in the research project, then you will also have the research assistantship. So average of 2019 for the master students, they got about 4.7 million won per year, and PhD students, they received 12 million won per year. So by including all of these stipends and the assistantships, it should be good enough to support you to stay in Korea without having any support from your parents, so that you can focus on your study and research. Even more, we are also supporting the half of your flight fare, so one-way flight for the first time use only. And also we support your health insurance. So 80% of private health insurance is supported, and then annual medical checkup is also provided to all the students. We do have a dormitory and then some apartments for the students. So for the dormitory, you can see that depending on the type of the dormitory room, the price is ranging from 65,000 won to about 115,000 won per month. For the students who got married, you can also have a kind of, two-bedroom apartments. So depending on the room type, the cost for a month is 150,000 won to 160,000 won as a renter per month, which is pretty low rent. I'm showing you some kind of photos from our campuses. So when the cherry blossom flower is very beautiful, maybe at the end of the April and May. And then these are the new dormitory and also the apartment for the students. We do have a GIST cafe, and we have another cafe at the library. We have a soccer field, and then we have an indoor swimming pool, and then we have a newly built, the beautiful the library building too. So everyone is on campus, and then the dormitory is very affordable, as you have seen from the previous slide. And then we have two cafeteria for the students, and then we have a cafe, and then we have a swimming pool and a futsal, football field, and then gymnasium also. So by watching so far, I hope that you kind of feel like, oh yeah, I like to apply to GIST BMSE. So let me introduce the schedule of the application to target spring 2021, which is next year. The deadline for the application is October 15, and then we review your documentations and the application materials, and then we will notify you at the end of November. And once you are accepted, you need to enroll in the early of the January. Very detailed information for the admission can be found in this kind of website. And then to apply for the graduate school program at GIST, you need to, of course, fill out the online application form, and you need to submit certified diploma and transcripts, and 2 letters of recommendation, and the official English proficiency test score reports, such as the TOEFL and the academic IELTS or TOEIC or TAPS scores. So now, not only Korea, but whole world is really suffering from the COVID-19. And then we are actually having some challenge to show our appreciation to all the in the medical field, the personnel. So if you have more questions, and if you'd like to see more information, you can visit our the website, bmse.gist.ac.kr. And then if you have some questions, you can send the email to bmse@gist.ac.kr or call the office. And also, as you are seeing this video, we do have a YouTube channel, which is the GIST BMSE channel. So from this video channel, YouTube channel, you can watch some videos to introduce about the lab of our department. So this is it. And then I'd like to thank you for listening for kind of quite long introduction, but I did not really have a chance to explain the detailed research. I hope that you can find those information from the each faculty member's website or maybe their video that they will soon upload. So thank you again, and then I hope we can see each other in this kind of very nice campus of GIST in 2021 or in the future. So thank you. Bye.